Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video about the male culture. And before I even start about it, I want to be very clear about something. Men are not bad. Masculinity is not bad. What I'm talking about is a specific belief system that for me as a man, the male culture that I grew up in, put a certain belief system in my head that made me a less happy person. That's it. And the whole video is literally just about talking about my experience with that and why I think it made me a less happy person, and some ideas that helped me kind of let go of that belief system so I could be happier. So yeah, it's just about that. It's just about us being happy. So let's get into it. I want to share a little story. This happened around my junior year of high school, and yeah, so I had my first sort of girlfriend. It was like, so this was the first girl I ever kissed, and I became really attached to her. And we were a thing for like a couple months, and eventually things started to kind of fade out, and things ended between us. And my mindset when this happened was, this doesn't affect me. Like, I'm just gonna like this was nothing. Like, I'm just moving on. Like, it's fine. Like, like nothing affects me. Like, I am ice. Like, this is like moving on, you know? And what that mindset did to me, see, at the time, I thought that mindset was good. I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. I'm good. I'm good on my own. I don't need that. But what I didn't realize I was doing was any sort of sadness or shame for being broken up with, any sort of hard emotional feeling that I had, I just completely rejected. That doesn't exist. Nah, I'm perfectly fine. Like, I'm like, this just didn't affect me. So I spent about 4 months in that mindset. And let me tell you, those were the darkest 4 months of my life. I was actually depressed during those 4 months. And I was also using weed as a really big crutch to make me feel better. The reason I mentioned 4 months is because at the end of those 4 months, I could not hold it in any longer. This thing was just eating away at me. It was sitting in the back of my brain, and I was just trying to stuff it away like it doesn't exist. But eventually it keeps trying to pop out, and eventually I couldn't control it anymore, and I cried. I had a really big cry after 4 months. Didn't cry about it once. Took me 4 months to finally cry about it. And even after I cried about it, that helped a lot, by the way. Like, I want to make entire videos about how important it is to express your emotions, to feel things. That's your body's natural way to release an emotion. When a baby's sad, the baby cries. And we tell that baby to shut up. But I want to make a lot of videos about those subjects. But to stay on track here, me rejecting my emotions sent me into a deep, lasting depression. It sucked. It's the worst thing in the world. I immediately felt so much better once I let myself cry. And then I let myself journal about it. I really allowed myself to accept those feelings. But even moving forward, I still had this attachment. And that goes into more belief systems about the male culture that I am going to talk about. So, yeah, so this story that I just shared, it's a result of the belief systems that this male culture has put into my brain. And I just kind of want to I wrote down a few quotes that just kind of prove these sort of beliefs. And then we'll get into them. Don't be a pussy. You get no bitches. Man up. Grow a pair. Suck it up. Now think about that one. Suck it up. What are you literally doing when you're sucking it up? Any sort of thing you're feeling, you're just holding it in, sucking it up. Like, that is the most unhealthy thing you can do for yourself. That's a horrible thing to do. At least, I don't think anything's horrible on a metaphysical level, but I think it's horrible in terms of your happiness. So, in this male culture, I think that there are two really big beliefs that get installed into our brains, and they go hand in hand. And I wanted to highlight them. So, they are the belief that it's good to get girls or to pull, and the belief that it's good to be the top dog, to be well respected by the other men. And I think the problem is that thinking that it's a good thing. So this is the thing to be sought after. This is what you need in life. And my problem with that is I think it makes our happiness dependent upon whether we attract a lot of girls or not, whether we are seen as the top dog by the other men and stuff. And the reason, I think it makes us dependent upon those things because think about it, right? It's so valued that guys, including myself, have done things like going out of our way to really try to make these things happen. And as I've said in other videos, I think when you're so fixated on a specific outcome that you need or that you want, it makes you not okay with your current outcomes in life. In a way, you're trying to fix your life outcomes by seeking a certain outcome that would be better than the one you're in. So by seeking out these other outcomes, you're telling yourself that your current one you're in is not good enough. It makes you feel unhappy. I mean, look at why do you think we hold our emotions in? I think it's because, one, we want to look attractive to girls, not showing that we're weak. And two, we want to not show the other guys that we're weak. We want everyone to see us as the tough, strong guy that's emotionally unaffected by things. It's an attachment. We do these things. We hold our emotions in because we feel like we need the approval of women and the approval of the other men to make us feel better. It's literal dependency. It's an attachment to the way people perceive you. And I think that's so holding us back. Just holding our happiness back. We don't need to do that. We don't need anything to be happy. I mean, look at some of the things we do. And when I say this, don't get me wrong, because I think going to the gym is one of the most loving things you can do for your body. I see it like watering a plant. You're showing love to the plant. When you work out and you exercise, you're showing love to your body. It's one of the nicest things you can do for your body, if that's the reason you're doing it. But if you're going to the gym because you feel like you need to get jacked so that all the girls look at your body and go, oh, he's attractive, and then they'll like you. You're going to the gym so that they will like you. So you're putting so much effort in to making somebody like you. You're putting effort in to get this outcome. You're telling yourself, your current body is not good enough. Therefore, I need to make it better. It shouldn't be like that. Working out should be showing love to your body, giving your body something healthy. A lot of just building straight up muscle is just ego. Just ego. Not that it's bad to build muscle. Also, it can be just a fun thing to build your body up. But if you're doing it because you want to make people like you more, make girls find you more attractive, you're reinforcing that belief that you need that to be happy, but you don't. Look at one thing with guys, and mind you, I think these beliefs, they cause a lot of negative things to women as well. But I don't want this video is specifically about these beliefs are making us less happy. It's serving us nothing. Like, so there's no point to keep it going. But, and the reason I mention that is because this next point, right? One thing that's really interesting and messed up that happens in high school is the whole culture around sending nudes. A lot of guys will literally ask for a girl's nudes just so they can show it off to the other guys. Like, oh, look, I got this girl's nudes. Because now these other guys are gonna think I'm cool that this girl sent me nudes. If you're a girl out there and guys asking you for nudes, be really careful, please. Because a lot of times, probably most of the time, these guys don't actually care about seeing you naked. It's about showing it off to other people. That's the reason they want it. So other people can think they're cool. They can see plenty of naked girls online. They don't need to see you naked. They want to show off that they got your nudes. And the point is that here are more things we're doing to show off or to get the approval from other people. We don't need to do that to ourselves. So we're holding in our emotions and we're doing all of these things to make people like us more. This is what the male culture is about. This is why we hold our feelings in. At least that's how I see it. Why else would we be doing it? Why would we want to make everyone think we're so strong? And it's also to make us feel like we're strong. Like I'm not weak. I don't hold my emotions in because we feel like our ego needs that. But why do we feel like our ego needs that? I think it's because of what we have been told our whole lives. And that goes into my next thing is like the story I shared earlier, right? This belief system made me hold in my emotions and sent me into the darkest depression that I've been in my entire life. It was a horrible thing for me. So letting go of these beliefs were a great thing for me. They made me so much happier, so much more fulfilled. So I want to share a few key things that have helped me let go of these beliefs. And one sort of idea that kind of helps me with all of it is the idea that beliefs are something that were taught to you. You did not do anything to have this belief. You were just a kid, growing up in school, or maybe it was your dad, but you were just a kid, and these beliefs were just installed into your brain. It had nothing to do with you. Your environment put it in you. So, it's not your fault. And now that you know what has happened, you are in a position where you can become aware of it and let go of it. So how do you let go of a belief? Personally, the way I see beliefs actually need to be reinforced because your natural state actually doesn't have any beliefs at all. Beliefs are something that you have to continually reinforce into place. And we do reinforce it into place. Why do we do it? I think it's because it gives us a sense of security and a sense of identity. That I have this belief that I'm this tough, strong man, and that's what makes me feel good about myself. So I'm going to keep this belief in place. So the way I see beliefs is that when you're reinforcing the belief, it actually needs 3 things to be reinforced. It's what you think, what you feel, and what you do. Everything you think, feel, and do is reinforcing these beliefs in your head. So what are you doing that is keeping this belief in place? Is it going to the gym to get jacked? Is it trying to, you're in class and trying to make jokes to make all the girls laugh so they like you, so you feel better about yourself? What are you doing to reinforce this? Okay, and then we get to thinking. What story are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself a story that says, I need these things to be happy? I realized that for me, that the story I was telling myself is that I need this girl's approval to make me happy. And that's why, as I was saying earlier, even though after I cried, I still had this attachment that I was carrying with me because I was telling myself this story, even though I had already expressed my emotions. I was still telling myself this story that I need these things. I need this girl to like me. I need. But that's just a story. You don't need anything. It's just a story. It's just something you learned. It's just a belief. Just something you picked up. You can just let it go. Just by not reinforcing it. You just automatically let it go by not reinforcing it anymore. So it comes down to, what are you doing that's reinforcing it? What are you thinking about? What story are you telling yourself that's reinforcing this? And then you get into feel, and you can't make yourself not feel the desire to have these things. You can't make yourself not feel like you need them. But what you can do is connect to the present moment. And the reason I say this is because when you're in this state of being so into this present moment and so wrapped up in what's going on right here, right now, you're just enjoying life. You don't need anything when you're in that state. You won't feel the need to have something more because you're already happy. You're already fulfilled. So I invite you to be in the present moment. How? Connect to your senses. What's going on? What's going on right here, right now? What can you watch? What can you look around and watch and become aware of, and just really just connect with what's going on right here? I made a whole video about being present, so you can watch that too if it will probably help you maybe. But yeah, I think when you connect to the present moment, you don't feel the need anymore because you're already complete. You realize you're already complete. And when you stop telling yourself these stories that you need girls to like you to be happy, and that you need the other men to see you as a top dog and respected to be happy, when you stop doing things to reinforce these beliefs in your head, you'll have no reason to hold your emotions in anymore. And you'll feel fulfilled with what's going on right here, right now. You won't need to be going to these things. Your happiness will not be dependent on those things. You can just be alive. You can just be enjoying life. And that's really what I wanted to share today. Again, men are perfectly perfect people. There's nothing wrong with men. There's nothing wrong with masculinity, but there is a male culture mindset that's installed to our brains that make us less happy, and they're serving us nothing. They're serving us nothing. And they definitely served me nothing, and when I let go of those beliefs, they made me so much happier. So I hope this video could shed some light, perhaps, or just at least, I don't know, maybe help. I don't know. That's why I'm making these videos, and because they're fun for me. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your day, and bye.